All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. So, once again, new car tech versus old car tech. All right. So, here you're looking at my daily, which is, I know I sound hypocritical because I have one, 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz. And this is, the motor in the power plant. Kind of see how fucking, complex everything looks. Like, now mind you, I'm no mechanic, okay? I've been working on my tracker for all by myself, and that looks much more simpler. Like any of this stuff, I would not even want to touch, and I think a lot of experienced mechanics wouldn't even want to touch. It's almost like newer vehicles, the backyard mechanic can't really work on them. You can see you have all this plastic. Somewhere is the turbocharger. I think it's behind that. I could be wrong. I mean, sure, certain things are easy. Brake fluid, battery, fuse. Obviously over here, because this is, an all-wheel drive, it's a side-mounted motor. Serpentine belt. Like, replacing that is going to be a fucking bitch. You have to fucking... It's almost like you'd have to take out the whole friggin' motor. Like, how would one get to that? And back there, obviously, fluid's right there. That's kind of a given. But all this plastic and all this stuff and all this is just basically, that's just too much animal for many mechanics. Like the serpentine belt, that's way in there. How the heck is someone supposed to get to that without taking out everything? Vacuum pump. Oh, it says assembly. It looked like it said some other word. All right, so enough of that. You see where I'm going with this. Over here, it's my 90 Geo Tracker, the power plant. Everything is easy to get to. I can take off the shroud, get to that. Padding leaks, I know they're there. You don't have to rub it in. Fluid's right there. Oil's right there. Everything. I replaced that. I didn't replace that yet. The filter. Take this off. I replaced the fuel pressure regulator. And mind you, I'm no mechanic. This is the first vehicle I've actually worked on by myself. The only other time I worked on any vehicles was my old Colorado, and that was under the tutoring of somebody, so to speak. But you can kind of see how, you see a lot of wires and stuff, but everything's so easy to get to. And, with a vehicle like this, you can just go to YouTube, look stuff up, and it'll teach you how to do it. Now, obviously, again, some of the stuff that, I've had some of the stuff that needs to be done, I don't have the equipment or the space for the equipment, so I'm just going to have to bring it somewhere, and that's fine. But you see my point. Everything... The bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. I can pop that off. I can pop that off and get to the radiator. Now, I'd still have to dismantle all that to get to that, but it's a whole lot easier in this than in this. That, like, I can't even figure out how... I can't even comprehend, the amount of labor that it's going to involve to get to that. Alternator there, belt tensioner right there, so you can kind of clearly see where I'm going with this. So much tubing and wiring, and again, this is a turbocharged 4-cylinder, rather than naturally aspirated V6, and I know I covered that in my previous, and other people have. Oh look, it's got the warning label for the engine fan. Somewhere there's an engine fan in there. Oh, it's right there, and this one is an electrical one because this is a side-mounted motor, because it's predominantly front wheel. Whereas over here, you got the, that's actually for the AC, which doesn't work. I don't care about that. The engine fan here is right there. It actually was staring me in the face when I was trying to locate it. Because I'm just a YouTube mechanic. That's it. Okay, not a mechanic, but you get my point. Bolt, 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 take off the alternator can pivot, so on and so on. So this is just much more easier design. And I know there's like, regulations and all that, but realistically, I think they're going way too far with like EPA regulations and design of vehicles and all that stuff. And it's just crazy. It's just basically making vehicles more junk. Now, obviously, I'm not going to totally razz on the Santa Cruz because I made the decision to purchase it. It's done everything it was made to do, including tow that on a U-Haul trailer. But you get my point. Doing maintenance on this is going to be way more difficult than that. Anyhow, let me know what you think. Are you more into the nostalgia of the old tech, which is simpler, that you could work on? I did some work on this, and I'm not even a fucking mechanic. Or do you really like the new tech like this? Obviously, I'm not going to show the new tech inside. You've seen it before. You've seen it in other videos. Or the old tech, it's got roll-up windows. It's a stick. 4-wheel drive, manual hubs. Let me know what you think. Do you think the government should fucking stay out of, the automotive industry? And just let the automotive industry design vehicles, how they see fit. Anyhow, that's my train of thought for this one. Anyhow, over and out.